Alright, which one you want to do next? The Bikini Bottom bus?
Just go in order.
Alright, Bikini Bottom bus.
Yeah.
Also, like, you know who's voicing Slade in My Adventures with Superman, right?
Oh.
Chris Parnell.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Jerry Smith from Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah, no, you did tell me that.
And
yes.
or Cyril from Archer. That's Slade.
Is he good?
As good as you could, like, because his voice. I didn't even know it was supposed to be Slade. So like, the way they've drawn him, he's fine. But like, it's just like, this is not Slade.
I mean, just look. I mean, to be fair, look at what Smallville did with him. I know you love Smallville,
True.
but that was like super. In terms of like differences with like what he normally is. So
yeah, I love Smallville, but I will not deny that there was a bunch of dumb
sword
shit.
for a hand.
Yeah, like I would never deny there was a lot of dumb shit in Smallville.
Like how like Mixie's Pitlick is a foreign exchange student who just does weird shit. When I read that, I'm like, wow, that sounds fucking dumb.
Yeah, but it adds up. I can see that being... Like, I love that for him. He's just trying to get an education. He's doing his best. Have you ever read the story that, like, retconned his origin?
Look.
Yeah, like, the reason for why he does what he does? It was because of Young Justice.
Okay.
Yeah, Mixie, as a teenager, like in high school, came to Earth to, like, study people, and he was fucking with things. And then, like, they distracted him from his studies and made him realize how fun Earth is. And then he would go on to harass Superman because time is an illusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
It reminds me of how they tried to redo Flash's origin, that it was like he was bestowed his powers because of this weird little magic man gave him the lightning bolt that gave him his powers, and that's why he really has powers. And now he has to do a bunch of good deeds to equal the amount of good that the little midget man did for him. I don't know, it was fucking weird.
When the
It was
fuck?
so... I don't know.
Which Flash was this?
It was Barry Allen.
The fuck?
His name was, I think, like Mojo or something.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, it was weird. Because this was like during a time when I was like reading a bunch of like weird
Like, watch Mojo's top 10 weirdest comic book bullshit?
No, watching like, oh, look at this weird thing from comics you didn't know about. Like, I watched a bunch of those videos way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I still do, but, like, this was, like, just when I started, like, getting into them and, like, everyone was making videos like that.
Yeah.
And it was, like, the secret origin that that DC doesn't want you to know. And it's just, oh, yeah, they changed Flash's origin so that this little magic midget gave him his powers instead of just dousing himself in chemicals and getting struck by lightning.
Because that's less preposterous.
I guess. And then they were like, and then like the whole story ends with like, because Mojo was telling him like, or whatever the fuck his name was. It's like, oh yeah, come on, you getting struck by lightning? Come on, that's like 1 billion statistic to 1 or whatever. And he's like, okay, sure, that makes sense. And then at the end they're like, wait a minute, he didn't come for Wally. Why didn't he come for Wally? Did Wally defy the odds of getting struck by lightning? And then the story ends. So Wally got his powers
the real
the
way.
Right way, but Barry Allen didn't for some reason.
Just further establishing that Wally West is the superior Flash.
Yes.
As he shall always be.
I actually did do that in my, for a little insight on my next video. It's coming out tomorrow. Well, not when you post this, but
we can link it. We can link it in the video.
It's what I did. I'm pretty sure I told you about it. Where I'm doing like a literal opposite of the MCU, but with DC characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because yeah, I did tell you about that because you told me to do the idea for the DC version of Civil War. And what I did is because I was kind of like at a crossroads of like, what should I do for Age of Ultron when the Maximoff twins get added? And what I decided to do is just use their power sets. Like, okay, get a speedster and get like a magic user. So I just did Zatanna, and then I was like, who should I do for Quicksilver? Should I do the DC version of Quicksilver? I'm like, no. I have something better. What I did is I had it so that in Age of Ultron, instead of this character we barely know getting shot to pieces, it's in fact Barry that gets shot to pieces, and the speedster that I add is Wally West. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense because everyone prefers Wally anyway. So, boom, there you go. I thought that was a very ingenious idea of me.
It was. Though by DC version of Quicksilver, do you mean you were going to find a character who's like functionally a parallel, or the actual DC Quicksilver?
Like the actual, that's what I initially was going to do. Like I was going to get Max Mercury, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know, but it'd be kind of funny though.
It would have been funny.
Have him show up as the boner joke in WandaVision.
Oh, fuck. That was so fucking stupid.
Yes, it was. It was also funny.
Because my friend, who was like a big like Fox fan in terms of like Fox X-Men type of thing,
yeah,
he was like, "Oh my god, they're actually doing it!" And then when they revealed, he was like so fucking pissed. He was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now? Really? They do all this shit, and then no, it's just a fucking Marvel joke. So fuck off."
But you know, I respect going that far for such a stupid joke.
I guess. Oh, there you are. There's. Gotcha. We got the tail.
Last fucking porthole frame.
Yeah, it's this one that I'm doing right now. Yeah, the portholes are really annoying. Oh, there's another one. Fuck.
Yeah, the one I'm over here doing.
I'm doing this one too. There's another one. And there we go.
Where the fuck?
Yeah, I got another one over here. Yeah, these two over here. I'd like how. There we go. There you go. There it is.
No, there's still one more.
There's two! Like, Jesus Christ!
And the frame of the
Oh, I thought I got
windshield. No, you didn't. If it doesn't go ding.
I thought I got it.
But it did. It didn't
You're
ding.
doing dings, so I was like, maybe I got a ding. I don't know. And then
Yeah, but it does the flashy ding. Fuck, which inner wheel?
I'm looking.
Nope, not those two. This one. It's this one.
Oh.
There we go.
And then more fucking portholes.
Yeah, they're both on this side. It's it's that one and this one. Oh wait.
Alright. So where'd you put the ladder?
Now that I have infinite, we've got infinite cleaner, so just do this.
Okay.
So like I can keep spraying at it until it works.
Alright.
Yeah, like that. I have a couple of Degrassi-related anecdotes.
Sure.
So remember
I don't have like a raging hate boner for Degrassi.
I know
It seems like an interesting show, just not my thing.
It is though. Just I have a couple of anecdotes related to it, and you were somewhat involved in one of them. So remember the other day we were hanging out with our crew, and we were watching Tucker and Dale versus Evil and Airplane.
Yes.
So between that and yesterday morning, I watched the two-parter that was the season 11 summer story about Claire, who was dating her stepbrother, but he wasn't her stepbrother yet.
Yeah, we just did it.
But they were on the way to becoming step-siblings, and it was a whole thing. And they went up to a cabin, and it was all spooky and murdery. And I watched the first part that wasn't super spooky murdery. Then we watched Tucker and Dale, and then I had also watched one of the Degrassi minis called Degrassi of the Dead, which was super violent and had blood and shit and characters dying. And then I had a fucked up nightmare that morning, and then watched part 2, and characters die in Degrassi, so there was a part of me that was wait a minute, did you just disappear? Oh no, you're good.
No, I'm right beside you.
Okay, because I heard a ding. No, so I was okay, the characters die in this. Wait, is there an actual real fucking murder about to happen? And obviously there wasn't, but I was just genuinely convinced it was a possibility.
Mm.
And then the other one is also actually horror related, because I was just absent-mindedly scrolling the Degrassi wiki, and a few of the actors have Tumblrs, and I was oh, let's see what they have. And the one actress, Aislinn Paul, who played Claire, had ads. What the fuck just happened? Network error.
Oh no.
The fuck? I'll go back into it. Are you still in the level?
No, I'm not. Well, it's your server, so it got closed out.
Alright, hold on. I'll try and go back into it, and we can resume.
Okay.
But, no, so I saw, ads. She did a show for Hulu called Freakish. And I watched, the first episode of it. It's...
Familiar.
Huh?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, you're a horror boy. You probably...
probably.
You might have, scrolled past it or seen something about it. Invite friend. Man.
So, one of these comedians I follow on Facebook was Sam, I don't know if you know who he is. He just posted, "So tired, I just accidentally brushed my teeth with lube. Just glad it wasn't the other way around." Oh, come on, that's funny.
I laughed. I was watching this video earlier this morning by Rebel Taxi. But I don't watch super often, but I watch them sometimes. It was about offensive gamer shows in the 2000s. And one of them was some kind of game show where people got kicked in the nuts for a free game, and it was hosted by The Machine.
Okay.
I still gotta watch that movie. Have you seen it?
No. But a friend of mine saw it, and he's like, "It fucking sucks." I'm like, "You don't know Bert Kreischer." He's like, "No, but I thought it'd still be funny." And I'm like, "You're an idiot."
You're watching a movie about a specific thing that you do not have context for.
I can't tell you.
It's what do you expect?
That's like me watching a movie starring Aziz Ansari. It's I don't know, man.
But that's not quite the same. Not every movie Aziz Ansari is in is about one of his bids.
It's about the same thing, specific things of his stand-up. Because I've never watched his stand-up, so I don't know.
Oh, you should. He is fucking hilarious.
I've watched some of his stuff, and it's okay. It's nothing.
Yeah. So I find his stand-up is great, but then him in movies and shows tends to be kind of hit and miss. The best thing he's done, at least to me, is Daryl in Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah.
Love Daryl. Like, he's not my favorite side character, but he's a good one.
Because he has the like perfect voice for it. Because he sounds like his balls haven't dropped yet. So, still trying to get into the level.
I sent you the invite.
I didn't get something. Oh well, I'll just join you manually.
Alright.
For some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason I didn't get a little notification or whatever.
Now, Steam is being weird the past few days, ever since like they updated the whole interface, and I hate the new interface.
Yeah, it looks like some of it's okay, but like it looks like it's like the typical like minimalist type of thing. Like you know how like a bunch of like people like companies change their logos. Oh, look how minimalist it is, and it just looks terrible. That's like kind of what it is here, where it's like, oh, look how like I would say it's necessarily minimalist, but it's just like it just looks weird. It like just doesn't look right.
Yeah, because like it's literally been the same since I first started using it my freshman year of high school. So it's just like it's weird and scary, and I don't like it.
Now you know what conservatives feel about literally everything. I'm sorry. I didn't want to bring politics into it, but like that's just such an easy joke to make.
I don't know, it's fine to get political if you're correct.
Awkward silence after that comment.
And you're over here playing with your stick.
I'm cleaning the sign.
Playing with your stick in someone else's home.
I mean, that's just the best way to do it.
Oh, it's funny. My dad was telling me the other day, apparently, like, there's some kind of, like, family gathering happening. And you know how much I love family gatherings.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they're like, oh, yeah, like, you know what they want to do? Like, what they want all the guys to go off and do all day? And I was like, what? He's like, golf. And I was like, oh, fuck no.
Literally, before you fucking said, I'm like, he's going to say golf.
It was just like,
I love golf. I can take your place.
No. Why do you love golf?
I love golf. Because I have no one to play with, so I never get to play.
Fucking weirdo.
I love golf.
You're one of those freaks walking around in the green pants, and the orange pants, and the purple pants.
No, I'm not that crazy. I suck at golf, but I love playing it. Like video games. I suck at video games, but I enjoy playing them.
That reminds me, next time you're over, we could probably get some content out of, like, doing a shipping container, shotguns only, like we like to do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, well, that's just, like, the classic... I'm pretty sure Zach started doing that, so we're like, okay. And then we just all kind of just did that every time we got together.
Yeah, it was always either that or Nuketown with just knives and crossbows.
Oh, yeah, that one was fun, too. Nuketown... we could do Nuketown, because... Yeah, because that was on Modern Warfare.
Nuketown is Black Ops.
Oh, but didn't they add it to like almost every game after the fact because it became so popular?
Probably, but I don't pay that much attention to that shit. Like, Call of Duty to me is like a recurring hemorrhoid. I don't pay attention to it until it's necessary.
Yet you're still obscenely good at it.
I'm not that good at it. I'm just better at it than you. There is a difference.
Got all the letters.
Did we?
Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Goodbye, Cruel World.
Oh, God. There's like 1% of the floor not done. Oh, there it is. Nope. No. Still more.
Yeah, that was mad annoying. I also love what they did with the dumpster, where it was like they had like all this, like they have Handsome Squidward.
Yeah.
Nematodes are people too. Fred was here. They have a dolphin. They have artsy Squidward on the side. What is it? Barnacle Head, Camp Core. Oh my god! Did you ever watch that?
No.
This stupid god awful spinoff.
I have no interest in SpongeBob babies.
Yeah. 'Cause even Steven Hillenburg was like, "Yeah, that's fucking stupid." And then when he died, they're like, "Let's do that."
Yeah,
Because
it's the same level
fuck
of
Viacom.
no, it's the same kind of disrespect as the Dragnet movie.
Did the same thing happen? The creator died, and they decided to do it.
Yes, Dan Aykroyd hounded him for years, wanting to make a comedy movie out of Dragnet, and he was like, "No, fuck you, it's a serious thing." Then, literally the second he died, he was like, "All right, let's do this." And like, it's a hilarious movie, and it was like a big part of Tom Hanks getting his start. So like, I'm not gonna say like it's bad, but that's like really fucked up.
Yeah, or like how they announced the Ghostbusters remake like 3 days after Harold Ramis died.
Yeah, like that.
Or they announced. I know you're not gonna know a thing about this. I'm pissed because I'm a fan of it. That they announced the Quantum Leap continuation like a week after Dean Stockwell died, and I'm still pissed about it.
I'm assuming that's the
That's why
guy who played Al.
Yes, that
Okay.
was. I still refuse to watch it. My parents are like, it's pretty good. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I
my
refuse
my
to
parents
watch
watched it. They said it was okay, but like I didn't have any interest in the original, so like I don't really care.
it. It's a good. It's like it was one of those like
Dude, I'm fucking trying to do this corner.
it was one of those like progressive shows that like actually worked and was like not like offensive.
Uh huh.
Like there was like an entire episode like about Sam leaped into a guy who people thought was like gay,
Uh huh.
and but they actually like handled it really well, and like how gay people were going through like all this terrible shit, and how they weren't the bad guys, how they just wanted to live, and people kept hounding them for who they are, and it was like a really well done episode, and but like not in like a very shitty '90s way, but in a well done, interesting way. And
Mm,
the show was very progressive for its time, and it worked, and I really appreciate that.
I
I think
respect
that
that.
helped with a lot of stuff in
Mm.
my life, so I liked that.
Hmm. Why
I
is the
believe
side
it
so
was.
green?
I believe the episode ended with. Um, it was never like for sure like, oh yeah, the guy was gay that he leaped in. It was heavily implied he was, but it was never like officially
Like
stated.
saying it without saying it,
Yeah.
because if they said it, then they never would have let it air.
It was pretty much Al being like, "So was he?" And Sam's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "So was he gay?" And literally the final line of the episode, he says, "Does it really matter?" And then he leaps, and it's like, that's nice.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
good. I respect that. You gotta always good to end on the Owlman line.
It doesn't matter.
I fucking love that movie so much.
To me, like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's a good movie, but James Woods was better than the movie.
Yeah,
Like I was like, it's pretty good. Like I like what they did. Like I agree with you. Like they really did different shit with Earth 3.
yeah.
And I respect that they did stuff like they made Superwoman like Mary Marvel rather than like like the Wonder Woman equivalent and all that. It's good. It's like a fine plot. It's fine characters and all that. It's just like James Woods was just so fucking good.
Yeah, he just
The
completely
rest of
stole the show.
He just completely stole the show. Because, like, the problem I had with it, the guys they got to play Superman and Batman were, like, not good. Like, it was Mark Harmon and Daniel Baldwin, I think.
I thought they
And
were
they
fine.
were just, they were, like, okay, but it's, like, I'm not even comparing, like, like Kevin Conroy and Tim Daly or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, but even just, like, other, like, okay voices of Superman and Batman, they're, like, they just don't hold up. I'll give him this. He's better than Jason O'Mara, but that's like
Which one was that?
that was the DC AMU version.
Okay.
The one that took place, the one that took New 52 as a
Oh,
template.
okay.
Son of Batman, Bad Blood, all
Yeah,
that shit.
I know the ones you're talking about.
Okay. Where is the final piece of dirt?
On what?
I'm doing the dumpster.
Oh, yeah, that one's always a pain.
Because it's like there's ridges underneath, and it's like, come on, really? So weird.
After 10,000 years, it's free.
It's so weird playing this without music, because I always listen to music when I play Power Washer. Oh, this is different.
It's more real.
Sure.
You know what show I really got to get around to finishing, though, is F is for Family.
Oh, you never... I thought you finished it.
No, I still got to watch the entire last season.
I could have sworn... Because I could have sworn that you were telling me about it. That's why I decided to watch it.
No, I've watched everything up to his dad dying.
Okay.
It's such a good show.
It is. Alright, I had dinner before this, so I'm very flatulent right now.
Okay.
Gassy.
No, dude, the amount of times I've burped and farted on this show, it's fun.
Well, still gotta, be a gentleman.
I literally one time got up and farted directly into the microphone.
Was it despite Shady?
Of course.
Yeah.
What other reason is there to do that? Because
Exactly.
it was specifically to fart in his face. The fact that it was into the microphone was a coincidence. I've tried to get my parents to watch F is for Family, but they don't like it, and I can understand why. Because because both of my parents grew up around that time. They were around back then. They know how it was.
Mm.
And
Yes.
for my dad, it's a bit too real, and for my mom, it ruins her idealistic worldview. Of the past.
How it's like I love how boomers being like, oh, the good old days. It's like, when you could say the N-word and lynch gay people, no problem.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's you can't you just have the good parts without the bad.
Yeah.
My mom always talks about it's oh well, people treated women like shit. Not where I was. Yeah, because you're fucking Italian. In Italian families, of course, the women were the ones in charge. Everywhere else, not the case.
And to a lesser extent, Hispanic women as well.
Yeah, because the cultures aren't that different.
Yeah.
Much as people try and deny it, no. Freaking Spanish and Italian culture are extremely similar.
My dad admits that all the time, and he's the Italian one, so he fully admits it. Yeah, it's just oh yeah, the good old days. It's sure, buddy.
There's actually the song from American Dad from a season or two ago that I actually showed her that kind of sums it up. And with how the reason why people have such nostalgia for the 50s is they didn't know it was wrong.
Yeah, that's how it is most of the time.
Exactly, with it's not an excuse. Just because people didn't know that asbestos and toys with lead-based paint on them were bad doesn't change the fact that they were bad.
Or the fact that there was no such thing as car seats or booster seats for children, and they just wrapped those motherfuckers in seatbelts and hoped for the best.
I've talked with you about this before. I desperately wish that I could sit in one of those cars at the end of Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, where it's just a fucking wraparound couch.
Yeah.
I want that so bad, but it's illegal now.
I guess, yeah. I guess I didn't really think about that, but yeah.
Because they just don't make cars like that anymore because it's not safe.
Yeah. Good old station wagons. No, you could technically do that, but you would have to do it yourself, get a hearse.
Exactly, I'd have to modify an entire fucking car.
Yeah.
Which, granted, I could do.
That hot goth chick on Instagram who drives in a hearse. I forget what her
no idea.
Name, but yeah, it went viral a year or two ago where it was I drive a hearse. Fuck you.
Ripping off Eli from Degrassi.
Maybe that's where she got the idea from.
Probably. It's either that or the Munsters. It's one or the other.